Billy is one of the naughtiest engines on the island of Sodor. You would often see him arguing with the other engines about what needs to be done or what doesn't. This would leave them cross. Even though he can be a bother, he can be really useful too. Like Thomas and Percy, he can be found shunting cars in the yard and pulling slow goods trains. But sometimes Billy had other wishes. One day, Billy was at Knapford Station when he stopped all of a sudden. Gordon, Henry, Scarlett, and Wilson were all at the platform. Billy listened with interest. "So that," exclaimed Gordon, "is how me and Henry swapped tenders in order to get the job finished on time." "Sorry you still didn't beat your record," Henry said sweetly. "Helping others is more important than beating silly records," Gordon replied. The Diesels were impressed. "You two sure are brave engines," cried Scarlett. Billy was so thrilled. "Gordon and Henry are both heroes?" he cried. "I've always wanted to be a hero myself," he thought to himself. "If I ever was, I'd be called Billy the Hero." Gordon and Henry overheard this, and they looked at each other. "You," chortled Gordon, "be a hero? Don't be ridiculous. How can a small, tiny, and fairly annoying tank engine like you become a hero himself?" And they laughed and laughed. So did Wilson, but Scarlett was quite cross. "Cut it out, you two! You too, Wilson!" she snapped. "I don't see the problem with being so small. If he can become a hero, I bet he could save someone very important." "I reckon it could be you, Gordon," she said cheekily. Gordon sniffed. "That'll be the day," and he puffed proudly away. Just then, Thomas puffed in. He saw how down Billy looked. "Hello, Billy. What's the matter?" "Oh," huffed Billy sadly, "Gordon says I'm too small to be a hero." Thomas huffed. "That Gordon always thinks he's so better. Billy, let me tell you something," he added. "We may be small engines, but we are really useful and brave. Don't listen to what any of those big engines say. You are a very, very happy engine. And a silly one, too," he chuckled. Billy blushed. "That may be true," he added, "but still, I really want to be a hero myself." "Keep smiling, Billy," said Thomas, and he puffed proudly away. Later, Billy was arranging a train for Wilson. As he rumbled away, it was Emily's turn. She was just puffing out of the station when Gordon raced by at a terrifying speed. "Cinders and ashes!" cried Emily. "Help!" cried Gordon. "I'm out of control!" "In trouble? Help!" exclaimed Billy. "Gordon must be in trouble. He was going too fast to stop." "Gordon's going too fast," added Emily. "He might have a crash." "Oh no!" cried Billy, and he raced away. Soon Gordon was racing down the line, picking up speed. His driver tried to put on the brakes, but his brakes wouldn't work. They're jammed, cried Gordon. I can't stop. Luckily, Billy hurried to the rescue. He began to pass the brake van and caught up with the naughty cars. Billy was almost out of breath, but at last, he caught up with Gordon. Slow down, Gordon, he called. I can't, cried Gordon. My brakes have jammed. Worst of all, this train I'm carrying is supposed to head for Vickerstown, but I'm going too fast, and there might be an accident. Then Billy had an idea. Hang on to the rails, he called. I'm going to try and save you. And he puffed further and further away from Gordon. Whoa, cried Gordon. He almost felt as if he was off the rails. Billy had arrived at the signal box, and his driver had told the signalman to change the points to allow them onto Gordon's line. The signalman had agreed, and soon the points were changed. Billy heard Gordon and began his plan. When Gordon came into view, Billy steamed onto his line. Gordon began to close in. Billy looked back and braced himself. Billy shuddered and applied his brakes. Gordon was too heavy, but Billy wouldn't give up. Meanwhile, at Crovan's Gate, Edward was waiting with a passenger train when he saw Billy and Gordon up ahead. Oh my, he gasped. Billy struggled to slow Gordon down as they approached the station. The signalman changed the points and they were directed into some buffers. Luckily, no one had been hurt. Gordon was undamaged, but poor Billy wasn't so lucky. My buffers, he cried. Oh, I didn't stop you in time. But you saved me, Billy, said Gordon, who was very grateful. Oh, I am so sorry I teased you. Well, I'm just glad everyone's all right, Billy said. I couldn't agree more, said a stern voice. It was Sir Topham Hatt. Billy, explain yourself immediately. I was just trying to be a hero and save Gordon, Billy said sadly. Please, sir, Gordon huffed. It's my fault. I teased Billy into thinking he was small to be a hero. Well, Gordon, thank you for owning up. And, Billy, he said, turning to the orange engine, as you have left the yards without authorizing me first, I will forgive you for having to try and save Gordon from a nasty accident. Well done. Billy was speechless. You mean it, sir? Of course, said Sir Topham Hatt. I'm proud of all my engines. But next time in future, learn to be more careful and to have me informed first. It didn't take long to have the mess sorted out, and Gordon pulled Billy back onto the rail. Well done, Gordon, cheered Edward, and well done, Billy. Thank you, Edward, sighed Billy, and thank you, Gordon, for helping me out of that mess. No, thank you, Billy, Gordon interrupted. Those silly cars would have had me in another accident. But thanks to you for laying your wheels against their buffers, the accident could have been much worse. So well done, Billy the hero. Billy smiled. He had always wanted to be named that, but he didn't expect to be called that by Gordon.